Oh no. Oh my fucking god, man. Did you see that shit?
How's it going, guys? Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. Quick disclaimer, this video is not to be taken too seriously. It's just a nice little discussion. It's not, I'm pretty sure there are very logical scientific explanations about this, about this incident. But it's just, just a remembrance, because it was 6 years ago now. I think it was not 6-year anniversary on the day. It was a few days ago, but 6 years since Austin Dillon's 2015 Daytona crash, which I was watching live, and it just made no sense. It still did not make sense to me to this day. Just know that I'm not saying there's no, there's no explanation for it. I know there probably is. It's just all, it's nice that we could actually talk about this in a lighthearted way and not, remember it as something really bad. Kind of like, something in 2001. So, it's nice that we could talk about it. Also, if the microphone quality sounds a little bit different, I don't know why. I've tried to adjust the settings on here. I think it's just because the source of, it's going into a laptop. It might be, the quality might not be as good. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. Shout out to all the Patreon members. As always, you guys are the best. We have a new one as well. Cameron, welcome to the club. The Discord link should be in the posts if you go down a little bit so you can join the Discord. If not, just message me on there and I'll get you in there. And yeah, the PC should be coming in today, but the weather might have delayed it, so I don't know whether that's coming or not. But as soon as that comes in, we'll go back to normal with how things were on the channel. But for today, I do want to talk about the 2015 Austin Dillon crash. We'll show it a few times, obviously, so everyone could get a remembrance of it. It was on the final lap in the I always want to call this race the Pepsi 400, but it's not. The Coke Zero 400 on the final lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the race. If many people remember that, hopefully you guys do, but he did win the race, and then Austin Dillon went flipping into the catch fence, and Earnhardt Jr.'s first words on the radio were literally like, "Oh my God." I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like, "Oh my God," something of that kind of level, when he was looking in the mirror and saw a car flying into the fence.
Bottom, checker flag right here, big wreck in your mirror, big wreck in your mirror. Oh no, oh my God, holy shit.
Now, yes, Austin Dillon was unhurt, but I do want to point out, because this sometimes gets forgotten, that 5 fans were injured. And I think 1 fan actually tried suing NASCAR and Daytona. I don't know if that worked or if it, I don't know what happened in that lawsuit, but I remember there were articles back then about a fan suing. 5 fans were hurt, which, makes sense when there's a car flying into a catch fence at 190 miles per hour. There's going to be debris all over the place. But in the history of NASCAR, there have been many crashes that are very, very bad, that have either been lethal or have not, and the driver's been okay, or, maybe a driver has broken a bone or had an injury here or there, or like Austin Dillon walked away scratch-free and nothing happened. I think Carl Edwards, in 2000, was it 9? 2008? 2000, which year was that? 2009 Talladega. Man, it's been so long. 2009 does not feel that long ago, but it's 12 years ago. But yeah, 2009 when Edwards flipped into the fence. That was the first kind of style of wreck we've seen in modern era. We saw a few wrecks like that back in the day at Talladega in the 80s and the 90s. But yeah, he walked away from that as well. But the way Edwards flipped into the catch fence, he kind of went. I think if I remember it correctly, he went nose first, and it didn't stop his car. So the reason why I talk about this wreck a lot, not only with you guys, but actually with my friends as well, anyone who's interested in NASCAR and they talk about the wrecks or the crashes and the safety or something, I always go back to this one. This is the one wreck that just, it doesn't, I can't comprehend. Not only is he alive, but to have no injuries. Austin Dillon talked about this wreck. And when he said when he looked up, he just saw a crew member, because after the incident, you had a bunch of crew members literally running onto the track. This was the worst wreck. I don't think in my lifetime I'll see another wreck as bad as this one. This was horrible. And all the crew members thought something bad happened. And Austin Dillon just looked up, and he saw a crew member, and the only thing that was on his mind was there was a lot of oil everywhere, so he didn't want to get trapped in the car if it caught, flames. So he just wanted to get out. There was no injury. He just waved to the fans. He was fine. And this is coming from a person that, the car went from, and it didn't slow down a lot, all right? So when he's flipping into the fence, he is still going somewhere around 100 and, let's scrub some speed off, 170 minimum, I think. I don't know exactly how, but the point where he wrecked, got airborne, and hit the fence, not a lot of speed was scrubbed off. He was still traveling at a very fast rate of speed. So somewhere around the 170 to 180 to maybe even 190 range. And he went from that to 0. Like, the car stopped. Maybe there was a millisecond or a half a second where the catch fence catches him and it absorbs some of that energy. But he went from 180 or 170 to 0 in the span of half a second or a millisecond. To me, that just... to be able to escape that with no injury makes no sense to me. So obviously when you hit a wall, you know, let's say you're going 170 miles per hour and you drive head on to a wall. Usually no driver hits a wall at that kind of speed. In NASCAR, I think one of the worst wrecks I remember was Elliott Sadler at Pocono. I don't remember the year. It was either 2010, 2009, 2011, 2000, somewhere in that era. Elliott Sadler goes to the inside wall at Pocono, and he hits like a little gap that, I don't know, there's like some weird little gap area there. And it was like the hardest G-force hit, I think, in NASCAR. Hit, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a lot. That when you're traveling at that kind of speed, you're not going 170. You're going a little bit slower. But when you hit the wall at that kind of rate, you know, and there's no safer barriers, you're going to absorb a lot of energy or a lot of contact. Elliott Sadler, you know, he got rocked in that one. That was a really hard hit with a lot of G-forces. Flipping into a catch fence, obviously, is a little bit different. But still, to me, like, you know, in iRacing, when you flip and the game glitches and your car gets stuck in the fence. This was a glitch in real life. He literally got stuck in the fence. Like, not stuck, but it stopped the car completely. He wasn't moving. He went from 190 or 180 to 0. He flipped upside down into the fence as well. He got really lucky that the car didn't really like cave in on him. And then remember, he got hit as well after he got into the fence. He got hit. So there's, I mean, that's just nuts. There are only a few wrecks that in NASCAR that I actually fear more than that. Well, actually no. To be real, I said this before. I don't think there will ever be a wreck that is as violent and as scary as that one. I mean, Ryan Newman's Daytona wreck, you know, looks like nothing compared to the Austin Dillon wreck. It really does. And this is why the last few years I've been talking about this kind of racing. And how it's a little bit too dangerous for me. You see the amount of wrecks we have. And now NASCAR wants to create pack racing at Atlanta. So, like, this kind of racing, having it too much is not what I like. NASCAR likes it because it crashes and wrecks bring ratings and apparently ratings and fans like wrecks, right? It's just simple-minded thinking. But this is the danger. I mean, people forget, like, 6 years ago. In any other situation, if you are able to recreate that wreck 100 times, I would say probably 97 out of the 100, or no, 99 out of the 100 times, Austin Dillon has some sort of injury. I'm not going to say it's fatal, but he has something, some sort of injury. It was the one time that he didn't. And I actually think this wreck doesn't get talked about enough, because that wreck happens in 2015. We've had a ton more wrecks at Daytona and Talladega that have been bad. Obviously, Ryan Newman was one of them. Ryan Newman was a real scary one. But these wrecks are nothing to be joking about. And the frequency of them is rising with the current kind of plate racing as it is, which needs to be fixed. The closing rate and all that, it has to slow down. It's too much. It's way, way too much. But what I wanted to say was there's only a few wrecks or a few types of crashes that I fear more than that. It's usually the head-on collision into the wall. There's one that hasn't happened, and luckily at Indianapolis, we don't, NASCAR doesn't race the oval anymore, but for the Indy 500, every time I watch, I fear this style of wreck. Do you know the pit entry wall at Indianapolis? How it's just a wall that sticks out. It is pretty far down the straightaway. It's not off the exit of 4, but, I always worry that one day someone's going to get turned while carrying a lot of speed, smash that wall. Whatever water barriers or water barrels you want to put there, that's the one wreck that scares me the most, is whether it be IndyCar, NASCAR, or whatever. That style of wreck where you are sliding, whether it be head first, door first, rear first, into that wall that just sticks out there, worries me to death. Every time I watch an Indianapolis race, it worries me, and luckily it's never happened yet. Someone carrying enough speed into that wall. You have to literally get hooked at the right area and then just, without scrubbing a lot of speed, just go straight into it, door first probably. That one is, I always think is like, you have a fatal wreck right there on the track. That's very, very possible, and they haven't done anything to adjust that pit road wall, but it still worries me every day. That's one wreck that I think could be worse than Austin Dillon's, honestly. There was a wreck back in, 92 with, I think it was Michael Waltrip, when he hit the little open area at Bristol. Anything that's like an open wall, that worries me. That could be worse. And Michael Waltrip survived that too, which, again, even with worse safety, it's crazy. But yeah, I was just looking back on it, I think it was 2 days ago. I was going to make this video yesterday, but, we had to talk about Atlanta becoming a super speedway, which is odd now that I'm talking about this. But yeah, this wreck, just, no matter how many times I watch it, and I don't watch it a lot, I only watched it recently just to, talk about it again. But I specifically, I have never rewatched the 2001 wreck. Fun fact, I've never watched the 2001 Daytona 500. It was probably a really good race. And you have, obviously, the big one that happened before the Dale wreck. And the pack racing was great. That 2001 package was insane. I've never watched that race. And I never will watch that race. I just don't want to. I'd stay away from it, for obvious reasons. This really is the one NASCAR wreck where I think it's unexplainable. No matter what you tell me, whatever scientific reason you want to say, he hit the fence at this area. He got lucky he didn't hit the fence in this area. The fence absorbed some energy, yada, yada, yada. Spinning like a tabletop afterwards and getting hit as well. He's fine, right? Everything's okay. There's no explanation you can give me that makes sense, to me at least. And again, why I said at the beginning of the video, you can put a disclaimer, don't take it too seriously. It's just my opinion. There is no science can tell me that man should, maybe he can be alive, but to be injury free out of that, just, I don't get it. I just don't. And it is a massive testament to NASCAR's safety. I mean, in a way, it's a good and a bad. Of course, it's great because of the safety, but the bad is these drivers, and this is also a cause of these massive wrecks. These drivers feel invincible because you can crash these things in any type of way possible. We've seen them do it. You can flip, you can barrel roll, you can hit a wall head on, you can get pile driven into the door at 150 miles per hour and be fine because you have memory foam in the side. You're absolutely locked into that car. You got seatbelts everywhere, Hans device. You can barely move in the thing, but you're safe. You're in a little shell. You're safe as possible. The cockpit's separate from everything else in the car. So you literally become invincible in your mind. In a lot of drivers' minds, they become invincible. I can make this move. I can do this. I can do that. And I don't have to fear for the safety of my life or getting hurt or something. I think in recent years, we've seen over the plate racing, that mindset hopefully comes down a little bit because we've seen some of the older guys, some of the more veteran guys, when they go to super speedways, they don't enjoy it. They don't like it. It's because everyone is so aggressive now. You do this, you do that. And if you wreck, you're safe. You don't have to worry about getting hurt. And just, it's a reminder that yet you still can get hurt. This is not, it ain't a joke. But this is the one wreck that you look back any point, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, you can always look back at the 2015 Austin Dillon crash and just be like, what the hell was that? I don't think there will be a wreck that's worse than that in my lifetime. Even 20, 30 car big wrecks. I've never seen a crash like that with that one single car. Never. I don't think I ever will again. And to the fact that he walked away free, injury free, is just I don't understand. That's a little trip down memory lane, plus a little, added other stuff, the whole, just about safety and everything. I think it's a topic that needs to be, continue to talk about, because I'm telling you, man, these plate races nowadays, they are dicey. And for the fans, it's also important too. These cars can get airborne. These cars can hurt people. The catch fence sometimes there can be a case the catch fence fails. There could be a situation where a car can really do a lot of damage to people in the grandstands. It's happened a few times. People have gotten hurt. So it's important to kind of understand the danger of that type of racing. And I think NASCAR should take a step back. And if they want to create pack racing, understand what comes with that. Understand the dangers that come with pack racing. You want to create pack racing at Atlanta? Fine. You want to do, it's stupid, but you want to do it? Fine. Go ahead. You want your wrecks? Go ahead. You want your close racing? Go ahead. But understand the dangers that you're not only putting your drivers in, but you could be putting fans in at these tracks. This stuff is dangerous. Like there is a reason you only have 4 super speedway races. They're unique, but they're also very dangerous. And I don't agree with taking this style of racing to multiple tracks. I just don't. You can try to minimize the speed all you want. When you're going full throttle and you're racing 3 wide, you're still going 180. If you get turned head on into a wall at 180 miles per hour, don't tell me that that's not going to hurt and that's endangering yourself. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, kind of random talking video. Again, when the PC comes in, we'll kind of go back to the normal style of videos, but it has not come in yet. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below, what do you think of all this, the Austin Dillon wreck, the super speedway danger, the safety obviously is very good, but like the wreck, explain it to me. You go ahead. Give me the scientific numbers. Give me everything. Go ahead and try to explain it to me. I'm not gonna believe you, but I'll listen to you. It is just a crazy wreck, and it was 6 years ago now. I was graduating high school back then. Wow. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and peace out.